Welcome to Homemade Movies Rewind. I am rewatching all the Homemade Movies episodes 10 years after. Currently, these are episodes that I had nothing to do with, and I haven't watched in the 10 years since they came out. So today, we've got a pretty fun one, though. I remember this seemed very ambitious. This was Sin City, A Dame to Kill For. Now, the trick with this one, I think they talk a lot about this in the behind the scenes, was that this is a black and white movie, and they shot it. For some reason, they made the distinct decision to shoot it entirely in color and only use black and white props and sets and makeup. To me, I was like, that's really a bizarre choice. We did some black and white episodes. I know we did at least one. Did we do two? Maybe just the one. Dracula. The 1930s Dracula, and it was black and white. I mean, there's certain things that you have to stick to when you're doing homemade movies. No visual effects, no CGI. But when it comes to like making something black and white, that seems kind of irrelevant. That's not really like worth the trouble, in my opinion. We shot that whole episode just normal, and we just made it black and white. Just made sure it looked good. Focus on other things. So I'm not sure why they decided to do that, and thinking they were being really homemade, but I guess it's better than going full green screen like the Guardians of the Galaxy one, so I don't know. Apparently nobody really understood what the unwritten rules of homemade movies were, except for me and Ben. But here we go. Let's watch it. Still very impressive, very ambitious, just no idea why they decided to do black and white makeup. But let's watch it. Yep. Troublemaker Studios, yes. Robert Rodriguez. Yeah.
Or is a fragile thing.
I mean, looks cool.
Tearing me up how much I love you.
Dwight, is that...
Okay, so here's my question. So I shot like this, very stark, very high contrast, as it should be. So that means when they're editing it, most likely they really cranked up the contrast, right? Bring the shadows really dark, bring the highlights really high. So what's the difference between doing that and any sort of color grading, as we always have in homemade movies? Matrix is really green. Just whatever it is, like making the color match. Yes, that's something you're doing in post-production in the editing, but it's not true to the homemade movie style, right? So if they're gonna boost the contrast, what's wrong with just making it black and white? I don't know. Let's keep watching.
You?
And what I gotta do. She owns me.
She was an angel.
When she wishes it.
Ooh, I love that brick wall.
One of these days she'll pull the trigger.
Nice, okay. Cool sets.
You keep asking.
Yeah. These are some really, really cool shots. They're doing some good classic homemade movies tricks. This poor girl had to like full on do that like striptease dance. That's really cool. I love that, seeing those names up here.
To kill for.
Pretty fancy makeup there. All right, great miniatures, really gritty and boom. Okay, that was pretty cool. I like that. The way they did that miniature up to the that homemade movies. Whew. I made that for something. What was that for? I made that little like logo go by. I forget what it's for. It wasn't for episodes, but they used it for an episode. So hey, good for them. All right, well. Really, really cool trailer to do. I think this was maybe the first one that they shot like fully on like the sound stages at Cinefix's like main headquarters in Santa Monica. So kind of going full production on this. Even though what you see in camera is very DIY and handmade, whereas every episode we ever did was entirely at the house, with the rare exception of like going up on a roof for like The Matrix and Spider-Man. But this is now, as they probably saw, a lot harder to do in someone's house when they can just do it in a stage that they already have and just like put up those cool handmade brick walls and everything. So anyways, coming up next, let's see, in a couple weeks. Ooh, this is one that I always wanted to do, and it was on our list forever. We just never quite got to it. It's the Inception trailer. Classic. I'm not sure who made this one, but I'm looking forward to watching that. All right, let me know if you have any other questions. Thanks for joining me on this. Hope it's not weird. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just watching these kind of fresh after 10 years. So yeah, good job to everybody involved. All right, see you in a few weeks.